Good morning, guys. So I am about to walk down these steps for one of the very last times. So that means there's some exciting news that I need to share with you guys. But first, I got a load of stuff to take to the van. So, we've been teasing it for the past few videos. We've been talking about, is it time to leave Puerto Escondido? Well, I can tell you guys that we've been doing a ton of research. Because we know that if we give up our apartment here and we venture back out onto the road, we have to have a plan. And that plan has to meet a few things that are important to us. One, safety is always of the utmost importance. So that means we've had to research the areas we're looking at going and seeing how they're dealing with the virus and check the numbers and all of that. So we've done that. Two, I want to back up and give y'all a little backstory here so you understand this next criteria we have for being able to travel safe. When the virus first started hitting down here back in March, and I don't know if you guys watched that video or not. If you haven't and you want to go check it out, it's right here. But it's when the virus hit and we had to make a decision on what to do. And everything happened fast. We picked Puerto Escondido to be our home base while we figured out what was going on in the world. We beelined it here. We found an apartment within a couple of days. We got settled in. And just like you guys, our brains were just spinning. It was a whirlwind. It was chaos. Everything was up in the air. And then 3 days later, the Mexican government comes in and shut everything down. And when they did that, that also included Airbnbs, hotels, apartment rentals. If you weren't already secured in a place, you had to leave. So we were very fortunate that we had, secured a apartment and were already settled in, or we would have been trying to figure out what to do. So the next thing that was important to us is the strategy plan we were putting together is we always need to have a home base until the virus is completely under control and there's a vaccine and there's any chance of flare-ups in areas and the government could come in and do that kind of shutdown again. We always want to have a secure home base. So although we're giving up this apartment, we have another apartment rented in the city at our new destination. Now, you may be wondering where that destination is. And if I just told you we have already rented another apartment, I might as well go ahead and tell you, yes, we have figured out a way to travel safely, and we are leaving Puerto Escondido. All right, I shot that vlog and realized that I didn't talk about the emotional side of everything that's been going on. So pardon this interruption in the middle of a vlog. But the coronavirus shook the whole world. There is no one in the world that has not been affected by this virus. So we hope wherever you're at, that you and your family and your friends are well, you're safe and you're healthy, and hopefully financially okay, because we know there are so many things devastating happening to so many people out there. So we wish all of you well. Next, yes, Curt and I realize how fortunate we are that the situation we're in during this virus is not dire. We had already given up our careers, downsized, and just financially tightened ourselves up so much that although, paying rent and stuff like that wasn't expected, we are financially okay. So we didn't have that stress to deal with. But the emotional side of this virus has hit us too. A little over a year ago, we gave up our friends, our home of almost 20 years, being close to our families. We walked away from all of that for a new life of exploring, traveling around the world in a van. And we had, been a year into our journey and just getting a hold of how amazing this new life was going to be when the virus hit. You know, we'd just gone international. We were just starting to truly explore. And everything came to a screeching halt. And we're thousands of miles away from our home, which we don't have anymore. So we couldn't just go back to, we can't leave the van. You know, so that part was hard. But we've had a wonderful time here. I don't know how to really put it into words other than, you know, just being stuck here, knowing what was out there and the possibility that the journey might not continue, and that if it did continue, it would never be what we had originally expected. Not having our old home to go back to if that's what we needed to do. There was just a lot up in the air. And that part's been hard on us. And over the past month, we have found ourselves really getting into a rut. Not getting out and exploring as much as we should. I don't want to say depressed. Just probably the same emotions a lot of you guys are feeling if you're still on lockdown wherever you're at. You know, it's just, we knew it was time to leave Puerto Escondido. And we knew we had to come up with a safe way. Because we just felt ourselves slipping and getting stuck for real. We joke about being stuck in Mexico, but we were starting to feel stuck. So, enough of that part. Again, we hope you're well, your family's well, your friend circle is well, and back to the vlog. So, that next location, I'm not going to tell y'all where that is. You're going to have to stick around for the next few videos to see where we're headed. But I will tell you that it is beautiful. It is an amazing city with so much history. And then around the outskirts, within day trips or maybe some overnight trips in the van, there's so much natural beauty. We cannot wait to share this place with you guys. So, but I'm not telling y'all where it is. But before we get too far away from talking about Puerto Escondido, I have to just stop right here about this safety travel vlog and tell you guys, this place has been our home for 5 months. The community and the people and everything about it is warm and welcoming and beautiful. Now, Puerto Escondido is not like a Cancun. It is authentic Mexico. It's not all-inclusive corporate Mexico. So if you want authentic Mexico with the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen, the most welcoming community we've ever been to, you need to come to Puerto Escondido on a vacation. It is truly amazing here, and I just want to stop and give this community its due and show y'all some of the highlights and tell them thank you. Thank you for letting this be our home for the past 5 months during this chaotic time in the world. You have been the most amazing hosts, and we will forever hold Puerto Escondido as a very special spot in our heart. So I want to give y'all some highlights, and then I'll be right back.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where you find me. Tender red, flat out on a beach bed. That's where you find me. Working on my fishing skills in a little boat that I rent. Ain't got nothing but time to kill. No vacation's been more heaven sent. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where you find me. Tender red, flat out on a beach bed. Somewhere between
Okay. I can already tell y'all, when we pull out of here in 2 days, so not tomorrow morning, but the next morning, we pull out of here, I'm going to get a little emotional. Because that montage right there just, I got emotional. I don't want to lie. But if y'all have been following our journey, you know I'm an emotional person, so it'll be okay. Yes, Susie and Mar have become friends, and it'll be hard to say goodbye to them. And Angie and Mauricio have been very special to us, so saying goodbye to them is going to be difficult, and pulling out of here for the last time is going to be tough. But it is time to change the backdrop. So the plan. First, I'll start with the basics. Masks everywhere. We have masks in my purse, masks on the bike, masks on both sides of the doors, masks in the glove boxes, masks here by the kitchen in case we get out the slider, masks in the garage in case Curt gets out and goes to the back and forgets his mask, masks everywhere. Hand sanitizer everywhere. We've stocked up on it. We have them in my purse. We have them on both sides of the van. They're just everywhere. So the common sense stuff of social distancing, masks, and sanitizer, we will be doing, and we will be extremely strict on ourselves with that. We are guests here in community, and we are going to take no chances of, if we've somehow gotten this thing, which Lord hope we don't, but if we did, we will not. We will do everything we can to not share it with anybody here in Mexico. So that's the basics. Hand sanitizer, masks, social distancing. The next one is, we're leaving our apartment here. We have another apartment secured in the next city. But between here and there, it's a long drive. It can't be done in one day. So it's going to be a couple days drive. So we have found locations along the way to stay. Now, the first one is 2 or 3 hours up the road. It is supposed to be even more beautiful than here. Yes, it's still on the coast, but the landscape apparently changes a little bit. So we're going to go there for a few days, get used to being in the van again. I'm sure we're going to be bumping heads, running into each other, stubbing toes, probably cussing a little bit, learning how to live tiny again. So we're going to do that, and of course we'll be sharing all this with you. And then after that, we will drive another couple of hours up the road, and we will be going to a completely different type of an area to see something that we just discovered a few days ago while we were doing all this research, but we're pretty excited about. We'll stay a day, maybe 2 there, share that place with you. It'll depend on how adventurous Curt decides to get while we're there, on how long we stay there. So that's a little hint that there could be some adventure coming. I won't do it. It's too extreme for me. But let's see if Curt does it. And then after that, the next stop will be our new apartment, where we'll get settled in. We'll be able to share this new city with you. And then on the outskirts of this city, there's so much to do. And although we'll have the home base of the apartment, the plan is for sure day trips in the van to some of these areas that were within a couple of hours of this new city. But also maybe some overnight trips in the van if we can find some secure places that we can park the van while we're up at these areas outside of town. But we are excited to share this new place with you. It is somewhere that is beautiful. It's supposed to be some of the most amazing places in Mexico, but it is off the beaten path. So it might be places you guys have never heard of, and that you don't even know these kind of things exist here in Mexico. So if I've given enough clues that any of you can maybe figure out where we're going, leave that in the comments. Let's see if anybody can guess our next destination. Also, while you're down there leaving some comments, you check the description. You can see our links to our Instagram and Facebook page. Go ahead and hop over there, because we're going to start sharing some more stuff on those pages with you guys in between videos, so we can stay more in touch with you guys, especially now that we're getting back in the van, so you can see how that's going. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Give us a guess where you think we're going next in the comments. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this video. Our next video will be the next video that Curt is doing on how much it costs to build our van, so you want to check that out. But then the next video after that will be us in the van traveling again. So you want to check out this video too, to see what it was like when we used to travel in the van. So with that, guys, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to hit the notification bell because we're hitting the road. Cheers. See you guys in a few days from the van.